Hello my fellow gamers, welcome back to Comfortable Gaming. We're talking 7 EA Play titles you need to play on Xbox Game Pass. Plenty of titles to choose from, and these 7 I picked out are the best. Starting with Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and if you still haven't played this masterpiece, this legendary sci-fi RPG, it's such a great game, all 3 of them together. I've always loved this game. For the first time playing them back in the day and replaying this legendary edition with enhanced visuals and stuff brought a lot of nostalgia back to me, and it still holds up in this day and age. It's a really great game to gameplay, one of the best stories, companions. These old BioWare RPGs are just absolutely amazing. There's so much to love here. There's hours and hours of content, exploration, and so much to do. Do check out Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Next one, we got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and at the moment this is probably by far the best Star Wars game at the moment you can play. Really awesome story taking place between episode 3 and 4 after Order 66 as you play Cal Kestis. Gameplay wise, there's a bit of Souls elements to it, which is really awesome. It can be difficult and challenging. There's beautiful exploration in each mission, collectibles. It just really enhances what Star Wars is about to lore and everything else. Really great Star Wars games to check out on Game Pass. Next up, we got Dragon Age Inquisition. And Dragon Age Origins obviously started everything, and there's a huge fan base of these games. Dragon Age games are one of the best RPGs you can play. Dragon Age Inquisition is Game of the Year 2014 and one of the best RPGs you can play right now, still to this date, and an absolutely amazing journey. And even if you didn't play the previous games, you can jump into this one because it has its own story, and it's just all 3 of them on here, but this one's the best by far. Next one, we got Battlefield 1, and what can I say about this? Is when DICE really hit it on the mark with its launch date being really good, the multiplayer being really good, and there's so many online multiplayer games that are World War II or the modern things or something futuristic, and I don't think anybody's ever really made a great successful World War I shooter game and what Battlefield was. It's absolutely amazing. To this day, people are playing this game online. Story was really also interesting in the campaign. The visuals are still amazing, and this is one of the best shooters I've ever played. And Battlefield 1 is just probably one of the best FPS games that have come out in recent history, and what a game this was. It was a pleasure playing it at launch, and it's always a pleasure to come back to. Do check out Battlefield 1. Next up, we got It Takes Two, and if you something more a little bit with a really charming, good story, and really also co-op elements. I mean, this isn't just some any small game. This was a Game of the Year game, so it's not something that's just like a small indie game. This is a really great big game, and one of the best games I've played that completely surprised me. And what a great co-op experience this is, and just a great story, a beautiful written story with a lot of charm, a lot of love, a lot of lessons to be learned here. And man, this is a great game. No wonder it won Game of the Year. If you haven't tried this before, do check it out on Game Pass. Then we got Need for Speed Heat, and probably the best Need for Speed at the moment you can play. Really amazing customization, really fun missions, really a lot of fun stuff to do. Obviously, I feel like Need for Speed maybe has not been how it used to be, but I really enjoyed this game, and there's a lot to love here. It's like Miami, Florida type of setting, type of thing. I mean, I always recommend play Forza Horizon, but the customizing and stuff you could do in Need for Speed is still for me unbeatable, and just wow, this was a really fun game to play, and more arcadey and stuff with a lot of craziness. And if you're looking for something more sports-like, made in 2022, what a great game this is, also on Game Pass to play. There's a lot of great sports games at the moment, but I just feel like Made in 2022 is really a really good game. In general, FIFA's always the same type of thing, so this one is a really good one. And if you love NFL, I mean, you probably have been playing this game already, and if you haven't, you definitely should. Great visuals, great gameplay, and just a really fun experience on Game Pass. And being on Game Pass to have such a great sports game, an NFL game to just download without paying the full price is always such a great bargain. That's it for me guys in this video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.